What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Cam ATL, and welcome back to another video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section and enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel. And because it's Friday, $50 cash to one correct two-man down in the comment section. So spam up your favorite two-man down in the comment section. I will randomly choose, and as long as you are correct, you will win $50 cash. If you are not correct, I will re-choose for another person and see if they're correct. All right? Thank y'all for joining me as always. And yesterday just continued the dominance from the tools. The tools absolutely went crazy again. Fantastic tools, man. Again, we're utilizing propsmadeeasy.com. It's only $20 a month. You can get a free day trial right now. If you haven't tried it yet, definitely go check it out. I am confident that once you try it for a single day, that's all you're going to need to understand that this has the best amount of data for the price. For only $20 a month, it's absolutely ridiculous to find the best EV and having the best money line, run lines, and all that kind of stuff. Having history data on the back of the cards and all types of stuff all the way up to season and different filters and all that stuff for only $20 a month is the exact reason why we did it only $20 a month, though, is because we want everyone to be able to afford it. We know that it's already minus EV to spend too much of your bankroll on the tools themselves. Everything in life we do is plus EV. You feel what I'm saying? So thank y'all for joining me, man. Excited to get into this video for today. The winner of the free monthly access to Props Made Easy from the correct two men yesterday is going to be Lanial Larson. Lanial Larson, hit me up on Twitter at Cam_ATL, or you could hit Props Made Easy up at Props Made Easy. All right, you need to follow both those Twitters. You can get in touch with me personally at Cam_ATL if you have any questions, and then you can get in touch with the team at Props Made Easy really easily over on the Twitter account as well at Props Made Easy. All right, so excited to get into it for today, man. It is Friday. It's an exciting day. I don't know if any of you know. I've talked about it in my live streams. I'm starting an electrolytes company. As you guys know, I've always talked about wanting to improve myself and always, pushing y'all to improve yourselves and become the best versions of yourselves you can be. One thing that has really changed my mental health, my overall health in general, I'm talking literal overall health. Like, I just did a blood test recently and everything came back absolutely perfect. I was a little high on certain things before. But it has been taking electrolytes on a daily basis. And the thing that people are confused about when it comes to it, they think electrolytes are just for like athletes, people who are sweating a lot in the gym, blah blah blah. And yeah, it's good for them, but we also deplete our electrolytes through stress, and everything. When you wake up in the morning, you haven't had water for 8 hours, and then you drink your coffee. You are super dehydrated. And sometimes in just regular water, it's not going to hydrate you down to the cellular level. So my electrolyte company is going to be dropping this summer, and I'm incredibly excited for it. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because my samples for my flavors come in today. I've built the formula. So not only is it an electrolyte formula with sodium, potassium, and magnesium to make sure everybody is hydrated, and it legitimately keep you hydrated and, ready for the day, mentally clear and all that stuff. But it has L-theanine, GABA, and lemon balm in it as well to keep your mental locked in, focused while being stress free. It's a caffeine free, no sugar electrolyte blend that will get you locked in for the day, mentally stress free while still being clearly locked in through those mental herbs. And then, the electrolyte blend hydrating you down to the cellular level, man. So it's just an ultimate electrolyte blend. It's something that doesn't exist in the industry. And I'm incredibly excited to help people out because stress is something that people deal with majorly, and being dehydrated even when people don't know it. Up to 70% of the world are chronically dehydrated and don't even know it. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that because it's an exciting chapter in my life. So I do have those samples coming in today. I'll be trying those out. We have orange mango, blue raspberry, watermelon cucumber, lemon lime, and strawberry lemonade. And those are getting in today at some point. So I'm excited to try those out and get into it. But let's get into the best plays for today, y'all. Y'all stay tuned on that, by the way. Those will be dropping this summer. Okay. PJ Washington under 6.5 rebounds at an 8.87 EV percent. 35 books are baked into a minus 144 average, making it an 8.87. Amazing option here for PJ Washington. I wouldn't expect this to last very long. This might not even last till I post this video. But if this happens to still be up, amazing option. Giannis over 10.5 rebounds at 6.13 EV percent. Minus 136 are the consensus out of 37 books that have that. Amazing spot there as well. And again, what are we looking for? 5% or higher EV, 30 or more books baked into it. Okay, so for example, Kalel Ware would be the example of a play that isn't a play that we would take right now because we're following a strict rule book to get the absolute best plays we can and build our bankrolls. Ware is has over 10.5 rebounds assists at a 5.49, but only 18 books have his rebounds assists right now. So we need to wait until that gets to a bigger sample of 30 or more. And the reason why we're doing that is because the more books you have built into that consensus, the more accurate you have it, right? Like some books can have outlier lines where some may be all the way up to minus 140 and then all the other ones might be at like minus 110, minus 120, whatever. The more books you have, the more true that those odds are going to be, okay? So Steph Curry under 5.5 assists is a great one, though. 5.43 EV percent, 59 books built into an average of minus 134, making this a 5.43 EV percent on Prize Picks. So great options there. We have PJ Washington's under 6.5 rebounds, Giannis over 10.5 rebounds, and Steph Curry under 5.5 assists are the top 3 Prize Picks options we have on the board right now. Let's look across all DFS books, and then we'll move on to regular books and talk overall EV. As I always say, if you want to have the most success and make the most profit in this industry, you need to have access to those sites where you can straight bet, because straight betting these EVs that are 5% or higher EV and have 30 or more books is going to be your most successful, sharpest way to gamble. It's not betting if you're playing plus EV. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, you're literally just investing in value. So it's amazing spots. Okay, so you gotta attack it from wherever the best value is. You don't want to just rely on DFS books. The people who just play DFS books, I mean, you don't have, you're not gonna really be long-term ultimately successful. Now, can you do okay? Sure. As long as every leg you put in, and hopefully you're doing like 2-mans, that way it's not a ton of legs, and they all check off all those boxes you're looking for and they're solid EV, right? But for the most part, straight betting big EV on those sites like Fluff, Novig, ProfitX, DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM, Caesars, those sites like that are going to be your best bet. All right, overall, PJ Washington's under 6.5 rebounds is at the top of the list on Prize Picks. Okongwu, good EV, but only 19 books built in. PJ Washington under 6.5 rebounds on Vivid Picks at an 8.05, 35 books built into that. Great spot there on Vivid. Ryan Rollins, solid EV, but not quite meeting our standards on the amount of consensus books we need. Giannis, over 10.5 rebounds. We talked about him. Another Prize Picks play that is a good one today. Zach Edey, over 10.5 points on Dabble at 6.08 EV. 39 books baked into that 6.08 EV. Great spot there for Zach Edey, over 10.5 points. Desmond Bane, under 5.5 assists on Underdog at a 5.86 EV. 61 books are baked into that 5.86. Amazing spot there. Steph Curry, under 5.5 assists on Prize Picks. We've talked about him. Giannis's over rebounds can be played on Vivid as well, and then also on Dabble. Keegan Murray, under 13.5 points on Underdog at 5.31 with 35 books built into that. Now, let's look overall across the entire industry and see where all the best options are right now. So at the top of the list, we have some big EV across these sports books. Problem is we got 22 books baked into that one, 19 books baked into this one, 21 books built into this one. Now, they will get more books baked into them, but right now, over on Hot Streak, Najee Marshall over 4.5 rebounds. You can grab it minus 107 odds on Hot Streak at a 9.09. 31 books baked into that. So great spot there for Najee over 4.5 rebounds. PJ Washington under 6.5 rebounds on Prize Picks is one of the better ones. Which is crazy. It's crazy to see a Prize Picks play that high. I highly doubt this will stay there very long. All right, just telling you that right now. Like, if you most likely are going to miss that one if you're not already a Props Made Easy member. And again, that's the benefit of being a Props Made Easy member, is that you get plays like this. And while I'm going to talk about them in the video, you may not get them in time, which is the unfortunate part. But he will probably bump down to 6 by the time this video gets posted. Najee Marshall over 4.5 rebounds on Bet Online at minus 108 is an 8.6 EV. 31 books baked into that. We have, Aaron Gordon over 4.5 rebounds at minus 120 on Hard Rock. 8.47 EV. 42 books baked in. And why do you see me scrolling past players? Because they don't meet our criteria of books. They're good EV, but they're not 30 or more books. We're trying to be very disciplined sports bettors this month. Oh, and forever, really. If we can continue to just stay on this track, you will be profitable sports bettors. All right? The 30 or more sports books gives you a very good, solid sample of true odds. And then the 5% or higher EV obviously is a staple. So we stay dedicated on that, man. I'm not playing. PJ Washington under 6.5 rebounds on Vivid Picks. Zach LaVine is a really good one. Over 2.5 three-pointers made. Now, I like to focus on plus 150 to minus 130. That's the odds range I like to focus on. But folks with a very small bankroll who are just in the bankroll building mode right now, you can 100% play this Zach LaVine over 2.5 three-pointers made at minus 141 on Bet Rivers. 8.02 EV due to 54 books having an average of minus 171 when you average them all together. So great spot here, man. Good amount of books. Great data behind that one. Speaking of great data, Josh Giddey under 9.5 assists is minus 115 on Bet365. 7.89 EV percent. 59 books have an average of minus 136 when you average them together, which is much higher than the minus 115. So great spot there for Josh Giddey's under 9.5 assists as well. Julius Randle is almost playable. You could possibly pull the trigger for him because he will end up with 30 books and probably still stay over that EV, or you can just be patient and sit back and wait. Pascal Siakam, same situation. Very close, very close. Alec Burks over 1.5 three-pointers made at minus 110 on BetMGM. 7.5 EV. 42 books are baked into that minus 128 average consensus. Comparing that to the minus 110 gives you a 7.5 EV percent on Alec Burks' over three-pointers made. Brandon Podziemski over 5.5 rebounds at 7.4 EV percent. 44 books built into a minus 142 average compared to the minus 121 on this book. So really like that spot there for him. Rui Hachimura over 1.5 three-pointers made. You can grab it minus 120 on DraftKings. 7.2 EV percent. 52 books built into that consensus, making it a 7.2 EV. Amazing spot there as well. And I'm loving to see the PME members liking these plays as they're seeing them. Brandon over 5.5 rebounds at minus 122 on FanDuel. 7 EV. 44 books built into a minus 142 at consensus. Great spot there on him over 5.5 rebounds. So we have so many amazing options, man. And on days like this where there's a ton of games on, Props Made Easy is going to be clutch for you throughout the day. So easy to find the absolute best plays. Just because there's a ton of games doesn't mean there needs to be a lot of research. I mean, Props Made Easy got you. So at the top of the list for MLB across all sports, we have 26 books on this jack play. So we're going to scroll down one, and we will see Bowden Francis under 4.5 strikeouts at minus 119 on Novig. 9.84 EV. Out of 55 books that have his strikeouts line, the average consensus is minus 147 on the under 4.5 strikeouts, but yet you're getting it at minus 119 on Novig, making this a fantastic play for Bowden Francis under 4.5 strikeouts over on Novig at minus 119. Skipping Robbie Ray due to the 18 books available. Luis Torrens over 0.5 bases at minus 105 on Bet365. 8.34 EV percent. 35 books built into that consensus, making it 8.34. Great spot on Bet365 at minus 105. JP Sears, only 23 books built into that one. Blake Dunn over 0.5 hits is minus 130 on Novig. 8.24 EV percent. 34 books built into that 8.24. Amazing spot for Blake Dunn over 0.5 hits as well. Bowden Francis strikeouts. You can take this under 4.5 strikeouts on Profit X as well at minus 124. But obviously taking it at minus 119 is going to be better odds than the minus 124. Okay. Adolis Garcia is a heavy favorite, but bankroll builder, folks, you can still take it over 0.5 hits at minus 154 due to the 7.74 EV percent still. 35 books baked into that 7.74. So Adolis Garcia is highly expected to get a hit today, and he is a solid EV. Nick Pivetta over 6.5 strikeouts on Fanatics at minus 140. 6.81 EV percent. 38 books baked into an average of minus 165. 6.81 EV is a fantastic spot there for Nick Pivetta over 6.5 strikeouts. Aaron Judge over 0.5 hits. Minus 150 odds on Novig. 6.38. So heavily expected to get this hit at minus 150. 40 books baked into a minus 176 consensus. Again, this is more juice than I typically like on my bets. But if you're in the bankroll zone, you don't skip any of these. You take all these high EVs regardless. Okay, don't worry about this if you're in the low bankroll area where you're just trying to stack up a bigger bankroll. Aaron Judge straight bet over 0.5 hits is perfectly fine. Robbie Ray under 6.5 strikeouts at minus 122 on FanDuel. 6.2 EV percent, 57 books built into that 6.2. Great spot on the under 6.5 strikeouts for Robbie Ray. And man, there's just so many solid options, man. Amazing spots. Amazing spots. Now let's just look at DFS. So let's uncheck, deselect all. Just look at the DFS books real quick, see what they got working up. Victor Scott the second over 0.5 bases on underdog is a 5.92 and 39 books. So good spot there. Mason Wynn over 0.5 bases at 5.42 EV percent, 39 books making that up. Matt Shaw over 0.5 bases at 5.32 out of 39 books baked in. So a few good options. On Prize Picks, you can possibly take Brooks Baldwin over 0.5 bases at 4.89. It's very close to the EV we look for. It's not over the 5%. And honestly, there's so many picks on the board right now that there's so many options you can take that you don't have to force nothing. Let's check out NHL, and then we'll go to the Game Center and check out the best picks over there. All right, select all. Okay, Lane Hudson over 0.5 points is one of the best plays of the day, and you can get it on underdog at 6.28 EV percent. 39 books built into that 6.28, so really good spot on the over 0.5 points for Lane. Jonathan Huberdeau over 1.5 shots on goal at minus 143 on Bet Rivers. 5.95 EV percent. 41 books baked into that 5.95, so really good spot there as well. Sorry, y'all. Joel Erickson over 0.5 points at 5.64 on underdog. 33 books built into that one. Jake Sanderson over 0.5 points at minus 111 odds on FanDuel at a 5.49. 40 books baked into that. Amazing spot there. Zach Hyman over 2.5 shots on goal at minus 143. 5.2 EV percent. 48 books have that average at minus 162. So obviously you'll want this at minus 143, making it a 5.2 EV. And then Alex Demercat over 0.5 points at minus 132 on FanDuel. 41 books baked into that spot. So amazing spots for NHL as well. And again, I'm able to go through all of the best picks this simply because Props Made Easy has every bit of data you could possibly imagine already integrated into the data that you're getting with these EVs. So there's just no need to, we're able to knock out 50 plus EV plays in every video I post because of Props Made Easy being that simple. All right, let's move on. Game Center. Let's look over some game bets real quick. Okay, first and foremost, main markets. I like to first look at the main markets, see if we got anything going. 3.51's the highest on total points for NBA right now. Team total. We have some good ones for Toronto Raptors over 105.5 team total at minus 102 on DraftKings. The consensus odds are upwards of minus 116, averaged out of 57 books, making it a 6.49. So Toronto Raptors over 105.5 team total is a great spot to start. And again, straight bet. You don't have to parlay any of this. Straight betting is going to be the most successful route. The more legs you add, the more minus EV you're getting. Okay, let's move on to MLB. So Raptors team total would be the best way to attack that. And then for MLB, run line, Washington Nationals. Washington minus 1.5 run line. You can get at plus 150 on Bet365. That's in our range we look for, plus 150 to minus 130. Consensus odds are plus 136 out of 89 books, making this a 5.7 EV. So great spot with the Washington Nationals minus 1.5 run line today against Miami. Moving on to Moneyline. Moneyline has a couple really solid, one really solid option. As you can see, a PME member already liked it. The Angels Moneyline today at plus 138 on Novig. They are plus 125 across 111 sports books. So the true odds are around plus 125, but you're getting it at plus 138, making it a 5.63 EV percent. So Angels Moneyline, fantastic option to take there for baseball. Team total. Nothing crossing our books threshold at the top of the EV value here. We got 14 books in this one, 25 in this one. We can wait for better ones to pop in. So let's move on to NHL. NHL always has some sneaky value, man. Let's look at the main ones. For Moneyline, we have nothing. 3.18 EV there. For puck line, 4.25 is the highest EV there. Team total. San Jose Sharks over 2.5 team total at plus 135 on Hard Rock for my folks in Florida. 51 books baked into a 6.5 EV percent here. So amazing options for the Sharks over 2.5 team total. The Penguins under 2.5 team total at minus 106 on FanDuel. They are minus 119 when you average 58. All 58 of the books who have this line available at a 5.84 EV percent. So good options there on the team totals. And then if we go to all markets and we just scroll until we see a Calgary Flames under 0.5 first period team total has 41 books baked into a 7.5 EV for the Calgary Flames. You can get this at plus 130 on Bet365, where it's plus 113 across 41 books. So under 0.5 first period team total on the Calgary Flames at plus 150. All right. And then Canadians under 0.5 first period team total at plus 120 on Bovada. 39 books baked into a 6.98. So some really good options there too, okay? So don't sleep on that. Anyway, thank y'all for joining me. We were able to go through 50 plus EV value player props. We went through about 10 or so game bets. Thank y'all for joining me as always, man. And as always, propsmadeeasy.com is the most obvious tool to use in this entire industry, and I challenge you to not just take my word for it. Try it yourself. There's a free day trial. Once you try the free trial, you will get hooked for the month. There is no doubt that Props Made Easy is by far the best option for the price. It's only $20 a month, has more data than anywhere, and also is only $20 a month. It is ridiculous. So grab it up. Our main marketing for Props Made Easy has always been just word of mouth from people having legit success. We don't want to spam people with a bunch of ads and shit like that. Which is why some of these other companies have become are up there in the more popular range than Props Made Easy, even though Props Made Easy has as many members as we have. But the reason being is because they're spending so much money on advertising and shit, where we are trying to naturally grow ours based off its success alone. We're not trying to just spam everybody with ads and shit. So make sure you tell your friends about Props Made Easy. Make sure you share on your social media about Props Made Easy and help those around you become better bettors immediately. Thank y'all for joining me as always, and I'm out. Peace.